One Dead Man Show, Australia. You know, you've spent some time in Australia.
I have spent some time in but my first one in Perth is actually at a reformed prison.
Yeah, that's what.
And it's going to be the biggest one that we've done so far.
How many people?
It's over 2,500 people. It's sold out already.
1 or 2 nights there.
Just one night.
One night, 2,500 people.
It's one night travel, one night travel, one night travel. I've hit Perth, Sydney, Melbourne, and what's the other one? I'm hitting Brisbane.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're all doing really well. No, I've always enjoyed Australia. Been there maybe 3 or 4 times working. After the first time that I went, I said, you know what? If I ever had to leave America, you know, the United States,
Australia's
I would probably go to Australia.
Really?
I'm a little nervous because they're gun, you know,
their
gun
gun
laws are a little tight.
That's why I'm going to Mexico. There are no laws.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
Yeah.
There was a language barrier for me, but Spanish you can pick up pretty easy, I guess. But no, I did. You know, the Australian people are very similar to Texans. They're friendly and they're just, you know, they're really, I guess, almost all out through the South. You know, we're just
They're gonna fight. They're gonna fight for their family. They're gonna fight for their.
Yeah, but they're just you know they're a lot of fun. I mean, the people are fun. So I've always enjoyed going there and performing. I remember once I think this was my last run as champion, and there was only one champion, right? So the champ had to make both shows. So Monday night was Raw. So I worked Raw. Tuesday night we taped SmackDown. They showed on Friday, but we taped it on Tuesdays back then. So Monday night LA, Tuesday night is San Diego. So I do TV in San Diego, drive back to LA to catch the flight to Sydney. I don't know, that's what, 16 hours, 17-hour flight to Sydney. Landed, got hung up in customs because of jerky.
Are you serious?
I didn't declare. I had some, I mean, it wasn't this good, you know,
First form stuff, but it was, yeah.
But I had jerky, and it was sealed, packaged, everything.
You hadn't broken it open.
No. And they found that, and you would have thought that I was smuggling heroin.
Over jerky.
And so, man, they pulled me aside. They pulled me in this room. You know, they're giving me what for over all this stuff. And, you know, we could send you back on the next flight. You know, we're going to fine you. They did. They fined me.
My God.
Anyway, basically, then I get on the bus. The bus gets to the hotel. We have just enough time to take our street clothes up to get our tickets. I mean, our keys, drop our street clothes off, bring our gear bag, get back on the bus, go to the venue, work, and then back to the hotel, and then a 6 a.m. Departure time from the hotel the next morning to go back to the airport to fly to the next city. We did 4 dates in a row like that. We flew every day, and then went to New Zealand, and then I had to fly back to California in time to do Raw, because Raw was live every week, to make it back. And I think we were in like, what's the capital of California?
Sacramento.
Like it was like Sacramento or something like that. So, I mean, it was absolutely brutal, but the people there make it fun.
Yeah.
I
mean, that's exhausting.
It is exhausting. And this is part of that time period too, where, you know, I'm up.
You're not missing a moment.
I'm not missing a moment, but I'm also the champion.
Okay.
And the duties that come along with that. And I remember, and I want to say it was Sydney, we had, for a house show, non-televised, it was a non-televised event. We had over $1 million gate. Now, this is 2008, maybe 9. $1 million gates in live events were not real common. And we go out, everybody works, and man, everybody's exhausted.
Yeah.
They are exhausted. But they made an exhausted, just about everyone made an exhausted effort.
Effort was pretty low.
Effort was pretty low. And everybody was feeling sorry for themselves. A lot of those people hadn't seen, a lot of people on that roster hadn't seen that same venue half full, half empty, however you want to look at it. I mean, they were, to quote Ricky and Robert from the Rock and Roll Express, they were hanging from the rafters, baby. I mean, it was phenomenal. And
Yeah.
they were, the start of the night, they were really excited to be there. And everybody, was tired, and like the effort put out was not good. So I remember coming back after my match, which was when we were on last. And I remember asking Fit Finley, who was our road agent, producer at the time. I said, "Fit, you mind if I talk to everybody?" I was going to do it either way, but I was giving respect of, it was just how I was going to do it. He goes, "No, absolutely." So we got everybody together in a room. I don't know. Next 30 to 40 minutes, I proceeded to cuss and lambaste that whole roster for their lack of effort and pride in themselves. And, oh, man, it was bad. I don't remember if Michelle was there or not. But, man, it was...
Did you have, were there any vets in the room? I mean, were there guys in there that were just as big as The Undertaker essentially at that point? Yeah.
And they knew I was right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they knew. They know exactly. You can't waste. I mean, everybody was exhausted. I'm not, but you just don't have those kind of nights. That kind of night for me was just like, wow, I've been here and this place nearly be empty. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm really tired. But man, I'm gonna give it everything I got.
Yeah.
Because I want this place to look like this the next time we come back.
And then you also look at it just from the fans' perspective. I think it might have been Kobe or somebody that said, I go out here and give the effort that I give because you just don't ever know, if there was a dad out here that saved up all of his money and this was the only game that he was going to be able to afford to be able to bring his kids to the game or whatever. In that situation, you don't know fan wise, like that could have, this family could have, that they saved all their money to go to that one event, right? Mm-hmm. And they wanted to see The Undertaker. Their son is a John Cena fan. They're, whatever it might be. Well, you need to give it all you need to give 100% effort no matter what. And then the other part of it is you're also in Australia. It's not like you guys are rolling through town every month.
We don't go there. Not every 6 months. Yeah. I mean, that's maybe, I don't even know if it's a once a year gig. It's not that often. I mean, I've been there.
And you think about our early 2000s, I mean, we're just now getting to a point where WWE's doing pay-per-views overseas. I mean, that's not a very common thing.
Right.
So to be able to go overseas and wrestle, especially in the early 2000s, it just wasn't happening as much as you may see.
Not to countries like, we were just opening up Australia and South America and all those places. And, a lot of those places had our TV for years and never had live events.
Yeah.
And that's important.
This is the first time they put their hands on the products, maybe.
Absolutely. Yeah. And to go out there and, because you're tired, I wasn't having it, man.
Now, do you remember who you wrestled that night?
I don't even remember who I wrestled. I'm sure it was some, probably, I want to say it was probably like somebody like Batista or something like that. Yeah, because I know I was champion, so I would have most likely been defending the belt.
Yeah. And I would imagine if you, let's say it was a Batista, I mean, I feel like a guy like Batista is probably going to give you full effort if in that situation. And in the ring, you're probably not going to allow him not to give that full effort.
No.
either.
Yeah, no, it didn't matter who was. Yeah. They would have got run ragged. I would have either embarrassed them or they stepped up, and and David at that point had really turned the corner on like his pride level.
Yeah.
After that WrestleMania that we had, in Detroit, I mean, he was like, man, he really took things seriously and understood his role within the company and realized that he's a top player, and his effort, man, it changed exponentially after we worked at WrestleMania. I mean, he was legit.